Hi all, this is Dr. Shanti, Professor, EC Department, R.M.K College of Engineering and Technology. Now what we are going to see in this presentation is how to calculate convolution sum using graphical method and matrix method. Right, let us see the formula of convolution sum. How do you express a convolution sum? Y of n is equal to summation of k is equal to minus infinity to infinity x of k into h of n minus k. Right. Now mathematically that is the symbol that is used for convolution sum is x of n convolved with h of n. The star is the symbol used to represent convolution operation. Now let us first look into convolution sum using matrix method. Let me detail you the steps that are used for finding out convolution sum using matrix method. Then I shall explain you this algorithm using a problem. Right. Steps is, first we have to find out the length of x of n. Let t1 be the length of x of n. Let t2 be the length of h of n. Right, these two are the sequences for which we are going to find out the convolution sum. Right, convolution sum is obtained as y is equal to x multiplied into h. Right, now we are going to obtain two matrices, x matrix and h matrix. How is the x matrix formed? X is the matrix formed from x of n with the dimension of t1 plus t2 minus 1. So many number of rows you will have in cross T2, which means that these many number of columns you will have. The rows are going to be T1 plus T2 minus 1 and the columns are going to be T2. And H is the matrix formed from H of n with the dimension of T2 cross 1, where T2 is the number of rows and the that is the number of columns is going to be one column. Right. With that in mind, let us look into an example for matrix method, right? See here. And how do we form a matrix, right? For how to form the X matrix. This is done by, the first column is formed from X of n, right? And the other elements are made to 0. Second column is formed by shifting the first column from top to bottom. The remaining columns are formed in the same way until the dimensions of the matrix is achieved. Okay. Right. In the same way, let us see how we will do the problem. Right. X of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4. H of n is equal to 1, 2. Right. What is the first step? Let T1 be the length of x of n. The length of x of n is 4 and T2 is the length of h of n, which is equal to 2. Right, now let us find out the dimension of X matrix and H matrix. Right, X matrix is formed from X of n with the dimension of, as I told earlier, it is T1 plus T2 minus 1 cross T2. So which is 4 plus 2 minus 1 into 2, which is equal to 5 cross 2. Okay, right. So see here, the first element, since there are only 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, the last element is 0. In the same way, H of n has got, that is, so the second column is obtained by shifting one element down. So it is 0, 1, 2, 3 and 4. Okay. Right. H is the matrix formed from H of n with the dimension of T2 cross 1, which is 2 rows and 1 column. See here, X matrix, it is 5 rows and 2 columns. So 5 rows you have and 2 columns you have. In the same way, here it is T2 cross 1, which means that it's 2 rows and 1 column. So how is your H of n, that is H matrix formed? So you have 2 rows and 1 column. Correct. So convolution sum is y is equal to x into h. Right. Now what you obtain? Y is equal to x dot h. Right. So you do a normal matrix multiplication and you get the elements like this. Right. So what is your output convolution sum? 1, 4, 7, 10, 8. Correct. Let us go on to the next example. The next example is going to be x of n is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and h of n is equal to 4 elements 1, 1, 1, 1. So first, as usual, we have to find out length of T1. Okay. So length T1 is equal to length of x of n, which is 4. Length of h of n is equal to 4. Right. Now let us form X matrix. How will you form X matrix? It is T1 plus T2 minus 1 cross T2. So 4 plus 4 minus 1 into 4, which is 7 cross 4 matrix. Okay. Right. So this is X matrix. Right. And see how the elements are formed. You have only 4 elements. So 1, 2, 3, 4. The remaining rows should be zeros. So in the second row, you shift it down. You add a preceding 0. Right. So in the same way, we proceed on until what is the dimension of the matrix? 7 cross 4 is obtained. Right. In the same way, H of n. That is, H matrix is formed from H of n, which is nothing but T2 cross 1, which is 4 cross 1 matrix, which means that 4 rows and 1 column. So you have H is equal to 4 rows and 1 column you have, right? And what is Y? Y is equal to X dot H. Do a matrix multiplication and you get the answer as 1, 3, 6, 10, 9, 7 and 4. Okay. Let us now proceed on finding out convolution sum using graphical method. Once again, let us detail the steps that are involved in finding out convolution sum using graphical method. First is, given x of n, you have to represent x of n as x of k. Same way, given h of n, plot h of k. Obtain h of minus k, which is nothing but the folding operation. Then obtain h of n minus k, which means that we are going to do shifting operation. Right now, what I'm going to do is shift h of n minus k to the extreme left and start moving towards right so that x of k and h of n minus k overlap with each other, right? Now, wherever they overlap, we have to do a multiply operation. So, we calculate y of n at the instant of overlap. We multiply x of k and h of n minus k. And we are going to repeat this procedure until there is no overlap, correct? Now let me put this steps in gist. So first operation is flipping. Given h of k, we flip h of minus k. Then we do a shifting h of n minus k. Then we do a multiply. Wherever there is an overlap, we multiply x of k and h of n minus k. And the last is we repeat this procedure until there is no overlap. So that is indicated by this operation. We shall see an example problem for convolution sum using graphical method. Right? Let x of n be 1, 2, 3, 4. It is plotted as x of k. Similarly, h of n is 1, 2. So we are plotting it as h of k. Then we are plotting h of minus k, which is obtained by folding h of k. Just fold h of k at the 0 axis, right? So this step is going to be called as folding or reversal. Next, I have shown you a calculation. I'll come back to calculation later. Now what I'm doing is I'm obtaining h of 1 minus k. How am I getting h of 1 minus k is, what I am going to do is shift h of minus k to the right by 1 place. You get this, okay? Right. Now let us look into the calculation, right? You all know the formula for convolution. Y of n is equal to x of k into h of n minus k. Now for obtaining, put n is equal to 0. When I put n is equal to 0, x of k into h of minus k. Now which two diagrams I have to look into? I have to look into x of k and h of minus k. I have to see where there is a overlap. Right, see here. So here x of k starts from 0, whereas h of minus k starts from minus 1. Right, but at minus 1 there is no value for x of k, which means it is 0. 0 into 2, which means there is no overlap. And where is the overlap? Only at 0 there is an overlap. Here at 0 it's 1 here, and at 0 it is 1 here in h of minus k also. So it is 1 into 1. So it is totally 1. In the same way, let us look into put n is equal to 1. So when I put n is equal to 1, what I have? Y of 1 is equal to x of k into h of 1 minus k. In the same way, we have to look into which two diagrams? X of k and h of 1 minus k. Now look, where do we have a overlap? we have a overlap at 0, we have a overlap at 1. So it is 1 into 2 plus 2 into 1. So that is what is shown here, which is 4. Right. Next, I plot h of 2 minus k. How do I get h of 2 minus k? H of 2 minus k is nothing but shift right h of minus k by 2 places. And now check for the overlap. Right? Now, which two diagrams I have to check for overlap? X of k and h of 2 minus k. So when you look into the diagrams, for sure the overlap it is at 1 and at 2. So what will be the answer? It is 2 into 2 plus 3 into 1. So that is what is shown here. So you have overlap only at 1 and 2, right? So 2 into 2 plus 3 into 1, which is 7, right? Now let us find out h of 3 minus k, which is obtained by shifting h of minus k by 3 places, right? So find out y of 3. What is y of 3? X of k into h of 3 minus k. Now look into the two diagrams. Where is the overlap? Overlap is at 2 and overlap is at 3. So which means that it is 3 into 2, 3 into 2 plus 4 into 1. Now in other places, though x of k exists, there is no value for h of 3 minus k. So that is why it's 1 into 0 plus 2 into 0. So overlap is only in this area. So we get 10, right? Now how long should I proceed? I have to proceed until there is an overlap, okay? So h of 4 minus k. Now look x of k and h of 4 minus k. Where is there is overlap? Yes, there is an overlap at 3, right? So the answer will be 4 into 2, which is 8, right? See here, 4 into 2, it's 8. And of course, though we have 4, at 4 we have one value here. Here at 4 it's 0. So it is 0 into 1, so you get it as 8. So overlap is only at 3, right? Now if I find out h of 5 minus k, what will happen? My first sample itself will be at 4, right? At 4 it will be 2. But here, in that case, there will not be overlap with x of k and h of 5 minus k, right? So in that case, we will stop with that. So for n is equal to 5, see here it's very clearly written. For n is equal to 5, there is no overlap and hence the process can be stopped. So what will be the answers? At y of 0 we got 1, y of 1 is 4, y of 2 is 7, y of 3 is 10, right? And y of 4 is 8. So that is regarding convolution sum using graphical method. Now one more example is also shown here, but see the difference here. X of 0 starts at 2. When there is an arrow mark, it indicates that it is x of 0, right? So how will we proceed on with problems of this sort? So here plot x of k, same way, plot h of k, find out h of minus k, right? Now where, see here, your value of x of k starts at minus 1, right? And h of k starts at 0, right? So where do we start y of output? We have to start at y of minus 1. So for finding out y of minus 1, what should I require? See, if I put it in the formula, x of k into h of minus 1 minus k, correct? So for that, how will you get h of minus 1 minus k? From h of minus k, left shift by one place, you will get h of minus 1 minus k. For h of 1 minus k, you have to right shift, right? So for h of minus 1 minus k, I get this diagram. Now look for the overlap. So where is the overlap? The overlap is only at minus 1, which is 1 into 2. So you get the answer as 2. Right. Now you have to proceed on with y of 0. What will be the formula for y of 0? Y of 0 is x of k into h of minus k. Right. So x of k is here, h of minus k is here. Look for the overlap between these two diagrams. You have overlap at minus 1 and 0. So it is 1 into 3 plus 2 into 2. So you get this answer. In the same way, find out h of 1 minus k. As I told earlier, h of 1 minus k is obtained by shifting h of minus k right by one place. Right? So what will be the answer? See here, y of 1. So you look for the overlap between these two diagrams now. So where is the overlap? At minus 1, 0 and 1 there is the overlap. Right? So it is 1 into 1 plus 2 into 3 plus 1 into 2. Right? So you get this answer. In the same way, you have to proceed for h of 2 minus k, right? And we are proceeding for h of 3 minus k, right? See here, in the case of h of 2 minus k, where will be the overlap? Overlap is at 0, 1 and 2. In the case of h of 3 minus k, the overlap is at, you have to look into these two diagrams. Overlap is at only 1 and 2, right? Next. Now look for the overlap between x of k and h of 4 minus k. Here it ends at 3. So you have overlap only at 2, right? So you calculate h of 4 minus k, right? That is, you calculate y of 3 using h of 4 minus k. Right? For the next sample, when you put n is equal to 5, when you calculate h of 5 minus k, your value starts at 3. But here from 3, x of k ends at 2 itself. So there will not be any overlap and you stop the process. Right? So your answer is going to be, see here where am I putting the arrow mark? Here your y of 0 starts at 7. Okay. So at y of minus 1 it's 2, at y of 0 it's 7. Thank you all.